Good morning, class. It's Wednesday morning. It's a public holiday. It's the 27th of April, and time to catch up a little bit. Just to recap where we are, we've completed 3 topics out of the 4, and we're almost halfway through topic 4. Not a lot to go. This last module is important because it requires an understanding of the first 3 topics to master this content. And if I think back to presentation 1 exam, there were certainly some questions from topic 4, and it's a good way for us to test whether you've really got to grips and mastered the content. So pay attention to them. In topic 4, I said we're almost halfway through. We've covered, what have we covered? We've covered introduction to strategy, competitive advantage, organizational change, and this week the value of strategic project management. Coming up in the balance 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, the project portfolio management, program management, benefits realization, project management maturity, and then lastly the project office, a useful module, that an important one. Then the last 2 modules we will focus on exam preparation. And here we give you tips and tricks in order to help you with exam technique. And remember that by far the most important test you do on this course is this final exam. It's 3 hours. You've had a lot of preparation, and of course you've got your final preparation. I want to talk a little bit about that. And if I were doing this at this stage, a couple of weeks ahead of the exam, I would load into instant memory in my mind the course structure. So I wouldn't just know that we've covered 4 topics. I would know the module headings of each of those topics, and within the modules, the key areas that we covered within those modules. And they're just headings. It's a course structure loaded into your mind. When you get a question, you've then got a very big picture to say, how do I go about answering this question? Where am I going to draw information from? And that's a little bit like, as you progress and get more demanding work to do, you'll find yourself in situations where you've got to read a textbook in an evening. Well, the fastest way to read a textbook is to start with the chapter headings and understand where this book is going and read actively. So second guess what's coming in the book and think about it. And if you're right, confirm it. If you're wrong, understand why. So it's a way of going about preparation and trying to apply those principles to the exam as well. Something else that's quite important is, and it started to raise its head in the time tutorial that you've just done, you were asked to write an essay, and an essay has a particular structure. So if you're asked to write an essay and you just do a description of what you know on the subject matter, that's not going to suffice. An essay requires an introduction, a premise, some critical analysis, some debate, and some conclusion. And Michelle pointed us to a Harvard resource that describes how an essay should be written. There are a few other resources on the internet that are also very good, and perhaps some simpler ones might be useful to you as well. So where are we? Yes, my advice to you is to, at this stage, load the course structure into your minds and then start learning the detail of the important areas. But don't start learning the detail of the important areas until you've got that structure clearly in memory. You should be able to write it out from memory. Of course, in the exam, we would be stupid to expect you to learn everything, all of the detail completely. What we want to do is prompt you to think in the exam and draw on what you do know. And of course, you know a lot now. You've covered a lot. What you need is that indexing system in your mind so that you can recall what it was you said in a tutorial, or what somebody else said in a tutorial, perhaps what you thought about while you were writing an assignment, those sorts of things. The balance of the activities, moving on from this topic, for topic 4, I think you've got 3 activities left to hand in. You've got 1 live tutorial to go, and I think you've got 1 time tutorial still to go. So not a lot left. Once again, don't neglect this last topic. So enough about that. Your project results have been finalised. Well done, everybody, and you'll get those results in the next day or 2. Perhaps I should just say, Tertius, very well done, top mark. Excellent, thank you. And thank you to you all for the enormous effort that you put in. I think it's been a great learning experience for all of you. So, without anything else to tell you, enjoy the public holiday. And remember, you've got a tutorial Sunday, Monday. Greg, the fact that it's a public holiday is not going to get you out of it. It's too difficult to move it to a Tuesday. It just disrupts the timetable too much. So good luck, everybody, and a few holidays coming up. Enjoy them, relax, get into good shape, and get ready for this last big push. Bye-bye.